Have you ever noticed that the more you earn, the more your expenses seem to follow? It's a phenomenon known as lifestyle creep, and it's the primary reason many high earners still feel broke. You get the promotion, you buy the nicer car, and suddenly your new normal is just as expensive as before. The psychological trap isn't the money itself, it's the adaptation to comfort. We often mistake a higher standard of living for a higher quality of life. But if the gap between what you earn and what you spend stays thin, you're just running faster to stay in the same place. To break the cycle, we have to understand the core problem: hedonic adaptation. This is our tendency to return to a stable level of happiness despite major positive changes. Think of your finances like a bucket. Every raise is more water being poured in. But if you don't plug the holes of lifestyle creep, the bucket never gets full. So, how do we actually stop the leak? It starts with the 50% rule. Historically, the most effective way to handle a raise is to save exactly half of the increase. This allows you to enjoy some of your success today while securing your freedom for tomorrow. Next, we must automate the gap. We'll use this automatic switch to activate the process. And just like that, the gap is automated. Efficiency at its finest. By moving the extra income to an investment account before you even see it, you remove the temptation to spend it. On average, those who automate their savings are 80% more likely to reach their financial goals. Now, look at what happens when you maintain this discipline over time. While others are trapped in a cycle of earn and spend, your wealth begins to compound quietly in the background. The result isn't just a bigger bank account, it's the removal of financial stress. True wealth is the ability to ignore the treadmill and walk your own path. Remember, buy your freedom first and your luxury second. The choice is yours. Start plugging the leaks today. But lifestyle creep isn't just about the money you spend at the register. It's about the shadow costs, the silent tax on your time and energy that most people ignore. Fact: for every dollar you spend on a luxury item, you are committing hours of your future life to its maintenance. The more things you own, the more those things begin to own you. Psychologists call this the Diderot effect. Obtaining a new possession often creates a spiral of consumption that leads you to acquire even more. The new rug makes the old sofa look tattered. The new car makes the garage look dated. The suspense lies in the math. Most people spend 110% of their mental energy managing things they don't even use. To stop the creep, you must adopt a cost of care mindset. This price tag reveals the hidden costs: maintenance and time. Account for these to build a truly safe space. Before buying, ask, do I have the space, time, and spirit to care for this for the next 5 years? Historically, those who value utility over status report 40% higher life satisfaction. Stopping lifestyle creep isn't about willpower. It's about building a system that makes spending harder than saving. The most powerful tool in your arsenal is the 72-hour cooling off rule. Fact: the dopamine spike from a purchase drops by 70% after the first 3 days. If you still want the item after the timer hits 0, the purchase is likely intentional, not impulsive. Next, let's look at the reverse budgeting method. First, the traditional budgeting arrow. Now, we flip it 180 degrees for reverse budgeting. A simple, powerful shift. Instead of spending first and saving what's left, you move your future self payment to the top of the list. On average, this one shift increases a household's net worth by 3x over a decade compared to manual saving. Historically, the math is undeniable. A $500 monthly lifestyle creep leak cost you nearly $300,000 over 20 years. That is the price of comfort you didn't need and things you likely won't remember. But when you stop the creep, you unlock the physical snowball of wealth. Your money starts earning its own money. This is the moment your capital becomes your employee. You are no longer working for the lifestyle is being funded by your past discipline. There is a specific moment when the math shifts from effort to ease. We call this the crosser point. Here, the green curve of investment income crosses the blue line of expenses, marking the point where financial growth becomes effortless. This is when your passive growth exceeds your monthly cost of living. You are now, by definition, free. But getting here requires a psychological transition, moving from the consumer identity to the owner identity. The future you is watching. Make them proud. Even if you master your internal psychology, there is an external force waiting to pull you back. The social comparison tax. The suspension is gone. The tension is replaced by a quiet, steady confidence. Start today. Audit your last 3 raises. Where did the money go? And where will the next one go? Historically, those who reach this milestone don't stop working. They just stop working because they have to. Consumers seek the feeling of wealth through spending. Owners seek the reality of wealth through assets. You've mastered the psychology of the creep. Now, you're in control of the climb. We often buy things we don't even want, just to signal to people we don't even like that we are doing well. This is the luxury car fallacy. A car is a depreciating asset that costs the most when your money has the highest potential to grow. On average, a $60,000 car loses 60% of its value in the first 5 years. Historically, that same $60,000 invested in a broad index fund could double in that same time frame. The suspense comes when you realize you aren't just paying for the car, you're paying with your freedom. To fight this, use the value-based spending audit. Step 1, check your essentials. Step 2, prioritize true value. Step 3, cut the excess. And that's your audit. Look at your last 10 large purchases. How many of them actually improved your daily mood after the first month? In many cases, we find that the most expensive things we own provide the least amount of lasting joy. The anti-creep mindset isn't about deprivation. It's about curation. It's about saying no to the good so you can say a resounding yes to the great. The final stage of defeating lifestyle creep isn't about you anymore. It's about the legacy you leave behind. We often pass down our spending habits before we pass down our wealth. If you overspend, your children likely will too. Fact: 70% of wealthy families lose their fortune by the second generation because they inherited the lifestyle, but not the discipline. To break this, you must teach the seed versus fruit philosophy. Most people eat their seeds. The wise plant them, wait for the tree, and only then eat the fruit. Historically, families that discuss wealth purpose rather than wealth amount stay affluent for 5 generations or more. This shifts the goal from what can I buy to what can I build. The psychology of lifestyle creep is ultimately a battle for your focus. When you stop looking at what others are doing, you start seeing the opportunities they are missing. In many cases, the greatest luxury isn't a first-class seat. It's the peace of mind that comes from being debt-free. As we conclude, look at your bank statement not as a list of things you bought, but as a record of your priorities. If you like what you see, keep going. If you don't, remember that you can change the story at any time. The creep only wins if you're asleep. It's time to wake up and take the wheel. I'm Nick, and this is how we build wealth that lasts. Stay disciplined, stay focused, and I'll see you at the crossover point. Thank you.